I'm out in front of the house trying to prepare this planting bed in the front. Also, I want to cut it down to a level where I can power wash the last course of this brick and get it painted white, so that when the dirt goes back, when I actually get something planted in here, the white will go all the way down to the dirt and look complete finish. The problem was that somebody got the brilliant idea to put all this rock in here, and I tried shoveling it. It was like trying to shovel concrete. And so what I ended up doing is, this is all I had, was just using a claw hammer here to bust it up. And this is absolutely the wrong tool for the job, but it's what I had. Although the claw is a lot shinier looking now than it was. I'm probably going to have to grind that thing down to get it back to where you can get it under things. And then, now that it's broken up, I'm going to use this shaker box to try to get at least the bigger pieces out of it. Thing is, though, there's still a lot of it that's just very tiny. But maybe the fact that it's small enough like this, it won't bind together like the bigger rocks and create more problem, and they'll probably be putting in more real dirt. Maybe I can clean this up enough and get all the dirt out of it that I can, get all the rock out of it that I can, and then just dig and turn it over and mix it up, and maybe it'll work out fine. Probably have to put some more dirt in there, but I'm going to get this thing ready, and again, mostly because I want to get that last course painted so it don't look silly. But this shaker box here, my dad made this a long time ago, 40, 50 years, I suppose. Kept this thing just for this kind of a job, and it is not easy work. Scoop some of this stuff in here. Yeah, one more little scoop. What the heck? And basically, the process is just kind of roll it around. It is getting the dirt worked through the wire mesh. Get the most of it worked out that way. And when you've got most of the rock out of it, or the dead weeds, so I sprayed them with grass killer. Alright, yeah, that's about as good as that batch is gonna get. And you can see, still getting a lot of this stone, but maybe it'll be fine. Yeah. So, yeah. Go dump this. I guess I should bring a can around and go dump it in instead of moving it twice. I got a pile over there on that end. Noisy cars, yeah. piling that in, and now I'm going to have to go through it again. And the only other problem I have is anytime there's loose dirt, these feral cats come around and they use this kind of stuff as a toilet, and that stuff's pretty stinky. So I got to pick it out, bag it, get it out of here. So this is going to take me a while, and we'll come back after it's done, I guess, see what it looks like. I finally got all of this dirt cut back from the concrete block, so I wanted to be able to paint down far enough that when the dirt goes back, the white won't go all the way to the ground. And I tried my best to clean up this monstrosity here, and so it's ready for paint. And boy, was this a job, because they had put this pea gravel, for lack of a better word, rock in here. I guess they didn't want anything to grow, because that was a pain in the butt to deal with. Fortunately, I found a place in the backyard for my scrap stone, and so, but yeah, this is now looking good, looking dry. I'm gonna have to deal with the wet ground, I guess, but later today I hope I'll get the paint on this, and then I can put the dirt back into place. And again, this space here, you may notice that all up down the side, there's my ruddy looking air conditioning compressor. All along the side here, they put down this roofing material and then put black mulch. And of course, over the years it filled up with dirt, and then the weeds took root and whatnot. Well, I pulled it out of this space here next to the porch, and what I find? More rock. So I did my best to kind of scrape that out. I think enough of this soil might smooth that out and get that. I bought a roll of grass starter, and I'm going to cut a piece, put that down here on the side of the porch, and try to get some grass growing, which I will do with the rest of this once I get the thing power washed and ready for the mason to come out and repoint, or point, or whatever the proper term is for filling the gaps between the stone and the brick, and in the brick itself. So going to get that all patched up on both sides all around the house, and so I've got power washing to do on that yet. Got to get a hold of him tomorrow and see what his schedule's looking like. But yeah, next project, and then I can maybe finish up the stuff I'm going to do on the outside for the year, and start focusing again on the inside. We shall see what happens. There's another little project I gotta do. Stuff's pretty hard on the knees. I guess I better set my butt down. I don't know if you can see around me anyway, but I got a couple of ever-loving vines, ivy vines here, that seem to be impervious to Roundup and other things. Well, I need to get them cut out, so I gotta prepare this for the mason to come out and repoint the stone, and everything filled in. Of course, I'm going to power wash this brick, get this paint off of here before that happens. But this material that they put down, I guess they didn't want to mow grass or whatever their issue was. Kind of a tar paper roofing material, and then they put those timbers along here to edge it, and then just filled it in with black of all colors mulch. So this will all come out. I have to see if the mason would rather work on this or work in the dirt. I suppose they can always put down a tarp or something to keep yourself from getting too dirty. But I got to get these vines out of the way. Now, some of these, the poison actually did work. And although this one back here, son of a gun, if it doesn't have a little bit of growth on it. I cut it off with an old saw that I had, but then the screws started popping out of the handle, and of course then I remember I had this. So let's see if we can't deal with these. Oh yeah, should have used this in the first place. It's a nifty little tool. It allows you to cut things, cut places where you really don't have a lot of access to. There, and I just cut this up a little bit so that I can be able to handle that a little bit better now. Wonder how long this has been growing. Doesn't really have any growth rings, so you can't really tell, but what the heck, let's get rid of this little booger while we're at it. And there's another one, although it's not ivy, but that's been around growing in there for a long time. It started to sprout again, just that little bit that I didn't cut off. Life is amazing. It's tenacious, to say the least. Alright, I think there's a root that shoots off in that direction there, so let's get over to it. See if we can't get this booger cut out of here. A little booger. Yeah, a little booger. There we go. I'm a lot faster than working that saw back and forth. Of course, this won't be the end of this thing. I don't know what all this clear stuff is on here. Some kind of bug, I suppose, depositing something. So yeah, we'll get this all pulled up. Then I gotta see if I can get that one over behind the stand for support for the gas meter. And that project will be done. Whee! Fun, fun. At some point, somebody put out these timbers, used it for a border for the, I guess you call it a planting area, but they really never planted anything except, I guess, black mulch. And over the years, it just filled up with enough dirt that weeds and whatnot grew in there. I got that all cleaned out. Now I got to deal with these timbers, and they're so bug bitten. They were probably the invitation for the termites to find their way into the house, and the seller of this place had to shell out $1,000 to have the place treated as part of the sale agreement. But you may notice this yellow X thing. No, it's not X-Men and not Wolverine, but I made this device here to hold logs that I wanted to clean up and get ready for doing chainsaw art. So far I managed to do one thing, make a little head kind of like what they find on Easter Island, and although the nose looks a little Italian, so I call him Tony, Tiki Tony. And 2x6s put together, 3/4 inch, 36-inch long, zinc plated, basically bolt threaded rod, so that hopefully everything's zinc plated. Hopefully it'll withstand the weather for long time. And I made it this way so that I could adjust the width depending on how long of a log I was working with. And right now I've got it set up pretty much at the max distance here. And I didn't want to use my chainsaw. You can see those branches that I cut out of the tree have become firewood, and I got it put in this storage shed, I guess. It's built into the back fence. So still got a bunch of little twigs, little kindling type of stuff to clean up yet. But yeah, I didn't want to use my chainsaw on this stuff because it's got dirt in it. Dirt is not a chainsaw's friend. You get it in between the chain and the railing, or the, oh, what the heck, the bar, and it acts like sandpaper and just ruins the bar. And so I thought, well, alright, I've got a sawzall here, and this stuff I'm just cutting up for firewood. Got a left behind by the previous owner a fire pit here, and so I'm going to cut this stuff up. We're running a fire pit with some of the tree droppings. This tree prolifically drops dead twigs. It's great for starting bonfires. So yeah, let's just start cutting this stuff up. see rot, bug damage. This is strictly firewood. So, move this down, get it in position, cut the next piece off. So on and so forth. Imagine that's pine. A good wood as you're cutting into it. Nice aroma. But yeah, cut this all up, get it ready for the fire. Just another little project. For an old fart and a house. My exterior cleanup work is pretty much done. Wanted to get all the outside stuff. I still have to do a little maintenance on these basement windows, this side and the other. The other one having a little more issues with rot. We'll have to figure out. But my painting of the porch block is essentially done. That was a lot of work to get that all cleaned up. Had to dig out the dirt down to a level so I could get the paint down to the ground level, but I've planted myself a happy little evergreen. It's supposed to be a dwarf evergreen, so I think we'll name it Gimli. And then I got this area cleaned up here and got seed down, waiting for it to sprout. We go down that side, I got all that crap picked up and disposed of now, except for the fact that, again, more rock. I'll eventually get around to doing the same thing with that I've done with this patch here on the side of the porch. And trying to get some grass to grow. The rose bush seems to be nice and happy, and the grass is where I had to fill it in again. It's starting to finally come through. So yeah, we're pretty much done. Maybe a little more silver paint on the hello Mr. Wasp or Mrs. Wasp, or whatever you may be. Get the silver on these, rest of the silver on these handholds, and then it'll pretty much be done. Other than the doors, I gotta get rid of some rust on these doors. It's rather unsightly. But that'll pretty much be the exterior work as far as cleaning up and making things look nice and happy. And so we should probably get back to doing some work on the inside. Well, no time like the present.